Hey guys, welcome to another series of the best of the 2000s. And in today's video, we're going to talk about the films that won Best Film by Filmfare in the 2000s. So in the year 2000, you had Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam win Best Film.
I also wish my father was here. Bansali Productions was his dream, and it took many years for me to fulfill his dream. I felt his energies all through while I was making the film.
The nominees for that year were BV number 1, Sarfarosh, Tal and Vastav. Honestly, it's a very close competition over here. I think Sarfarosh was great, so was Tal. Vastav also was a very different, hard-hitting film. Very tough choice, but I think it's fair to give it to Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam. It was a very different movie, first of its kind movie that came out, and what really kind of created that big, large-scale Bhansali movie. Well, let's give it to Hum Dil De Chuke Sanam. In 2001, the winner of Best Film was Kaho Na Pyar Hai.
Because it was a romantic film, music is very essential. So I and Rajesh Roshan, my younger brother, उन्होंने बहुत मेहनत की. काफ़ी झगड़े भी होते रहे हम लोगों के कि इन्हें ये ट्यून अच्छा है, नहीं वो ट्यून अच्छा है. And we tried to see that एक या दो गाने अच्छे नहीं, 6 के 6 गाने अच्छे.
And the nominees for that year were Dhadkan, Josh, Mission Kashmir and Mohabbatein. Though Kaho Na Pyar Hai was a huge movie and Hrithik became a superstar overnight, if you just talk about pure cinema and how good or bad a movie is, I would say from this list the best movie is Mission Kashmir. The year 2002 was a big one for Bollywood, and the best film in 2002 was Lagan.
एक ईरा, एक गुजरा ज़माना क्रिएट करने के लिए जितना वक्त और जितना वक्त लगता है उतना हमें लगा. एक्साइटमेंट बहुत ज़्यादा थी ये पीरियड क्रिएट करते वक्त. सो इट्स बीन अ वेरी एंजॉयबल प्रोसेस.
The nominees for that year were Ashoka, Dil Chahta Hai, Gadar and Kabhi Khushi Kabhi Gham. I mean, a crazy lineup over here. My personal favorite has always been Dil Chahta Hai, but well, Lagan was an insane movie. Definitely one of its kind, something never seen before in Bollywood. So well, let's go ahead and give that to Lagan for this year. In the year 2003, we had yet another Bhansali movie win Best Film, and this was Devdas.
फिल्म में हर डिपार्टमेंट को मैं कभी को छोड़ता नहीं हूँ. आई फाइंड इट इम्पोर्टेंट टू बी अ पार्ट. वरना डायरेक्शन क्या है? यू हैव टू बी कंप्लीट कंट्रोल ऑफ एवरीथिंग यू डू. वरना आपका विजन जो है वो आपके दिमाग में है. उसको ट्रांसफर एम्ब्रॉयडरी पे भी ध्यान रखूँगा. मैं मेरे कैमरामैन के साथ भी उतनी ही डिटेल में काम करूँगा. एंड आर्ट डायरेक्शन के में इतना काम करूँगा. बट आई learn from them. I take their contribution, which is immense. Every technician contributes so much to the film.
The nominees for that year were Company, Humraz, Kaate and Raz. Honestly, I have no idea how Humraz makes it to the list of best films of 2003. I mean, are you shitting me right now? Are you telling me there were no better movies in that year? Also, Raz, I've got to look at the list of films that came out that year. I mean, it seems like a very sketchy list over here, but I would say out of these, Devdas was a good movie, no doubt, but I would give it to Company. Now, post Kaho Na Pyar Hai, Hrithik had a string of flops, and what resurrected his career was Koi Mil Gaya, which incidentally also won Best Film in 2004.
मुझे याद है कि मैं 4 दिन पहले I called all the distributors to see the film, and I was waiting outside, prepared mentally. इसमें से 5-6 लोग पिक्चर छोड़ जाएंगे. And the first person who came out was a Punjab distributor. Okay. I looked at him and he just came and embraced me. And he said, "What a film you have made."
Wow.
The nominees for that year were Bagban, the only non-adult movie you cannot watch with your parents, Kal Ho Na Ho, Munna Bhai MBBS and Tere Naam. I would say in this list, for me personally, it's between Kal Ho Na Ho and Munna Bhai MBBS. Kal Ho Na Ho, for whatever reason, has always been very special to my heart. I've seen the movie over, I don't know, like 70 times. But I think overall, in terms of script and dialogues, acting, creating a certain world, Munna Bhai MBBS was just great. And It was just absolutely epic. So I would say for that year, it should go to Munna Bhai MBBS for best film. In 2005, you had Veer Zara win best filmfare.
I think the main reason for this is there is no Pakistan, Hindustan, there is no politics, there is no war, there is no terrorism, there is no conflict. There is only one factor: human beings.
The nominees for that year were Dhoom, Hum Tum, Main Hoon Na, and Swades. Again, very, very close list over here, some incredible movies, but for me, hands down, it's got to be Swades. I mean, that movie is just incredibly made. It's a masterpiece. It is so moving. It is so well done. One of Shah Rukh's best performances. Genuinely, nothing comes close to that in the list of best Bollywood movies of all time. It hands down is amongst the top 10. In 2006, you had Bhansali back yet again, and this time his film Black winning Best Film in Filmfare.
Even if I'm doing the most intense scene, for example, I'm doing a scene where Rani is asking Amitji that, I need to experience what love is. Say, for you, please make love to me. But Rani, me, and we are only cracking up and falling down and laughing and doing an intense scene because it's very important humor. But yes, all that baggage that comes from childhood to what you are and therefore what you become and therefore what shapes your personality and your mind and your responses to the outer world because of what you have received from the outer world, that remains intact.
The nominees for that year were Bunty or Bubbly, No Entry, Page 3, and Parinita. I think Black clearly was a great film, well deserved, but if we talk purely in terms of entertainment and what you go in seeking in a film, I would say No Entry comes very close. A lot of people out there would probably say that, hey, it's a comedy, it's partly slapstick and all of that. You can't compare it to Black. But my point is, when you go in to see a Black, you expect something from a movie like Black. And similarly, when you go to see a No Entry or a Welcome, you expect it to be an out-and-out comedy entertainer, which No Entry more than delivers. So from that standpoint, I think it's a great movie. The next year, you had a pretty iconic movie win Best Movie, and this was Rang De Basanti.
Cinema gives you the opportunity to be non-linear. जब हम non-linear की बात करते हैं तो आप समय में आगे पीछे जा सकते हैं, जो कोई नई बात नहीं है. पहले भी फ्लैशबैक्स में जाते थे, बट मेरा मानना ये है कि दो टाइम पीरियड एक साथ चल सकते हैं क्या, थोड़ा और एक्सप्लोर कर सकता हूँ मैं इस नरेटिव.
The nominees for that year were Dhoom 2, Dawn, Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna, Krish, and Lage Raho Munna Bhai. Now from this list, I would say Dhoom 2 was a pretty good sequel. Dawn, in fact, was a great adaptation, a great remake. I think very, very well done. And after that, I would say Lage Raho Munna Bhai also was a very good sequel. So out of all of these, I think these three movies were great. But again, Rang De Basanti is in a league of its own. So well deserved for this year. The year 2008, you had yet another Amir Khan movie, or well, not exactly his movie, but a movie made by his production house, win Best Movie in Filmfare. And this was Tare Zameen Par.
मेरा झुकाव कई ऐसी फिल्मों की तरफ रहा है पिछले सालों में भी, जहां फिल्में ऐसी पसंद आई हैं मुझे, स्क्रिप्ट ऐसी पसंद आई हैं मुझे जो काफ़ी अलग हटके हैं, लेकिन इसके बावजूद वो बहुत कामयाब हुई और लोगों को बहुत पसंद आई. और हालांकि मुझे लगता है कि मैं अच्छा पेरेंट हूँ, लेकिन इसके बावजूद मुझे लगा कि इस फिल्म ने और नज़दीक लाया मुझे अपने बच्चों के.
The nominees for that year were Chak De India, Guru, Jab We Met, and Om Shanti Om. I would say, for me, again, a very close year. Om Shanti Om being the weakest. Jab We Met, Guru, Chak De, all solid movies. It's a very, very tough call over here if you ask me. It's incredibly difficult for me to pick one. Honestly, you pick any of these and that's probably fair because you have very good movies in their own respect. But I would say for me personally, it would probably be Chak De India. It was a first of its kind sports drama and one of the most iconic Indian sports dramas to ever come out, with Shah Rukh giving a performance of a lifetime in it. So well, that's the movie for me personally. And the last Filmfare Best Movie of this decade goes to Jodha Akbar.
You know, the reason why when we look at this genre and we say, when was the last time historicals worked? The reason we say that is because there are only 3 historicals made in the last 25 years.
That's true.
And the reason that genre has not been made is because it's expensive and all that goes with it.
Right.
I feel it's important that more movies get made of different time zones.
Sure.
You know, so it's important.
The nominees for that year were Dostana, Gajni, Jaane Tu Ya Jaane Na, Rab Ne Bana Di Jodi, and Rock On. Out of these, I would say personally, Jodha Akbar deserves to win. Rock On is a close second. But well, let's go ahead and give it to Jodha Akbar. And that brings us to the end of the 2000s for the best Filmfare movie out there. There were a number of movies that were excellent movies that haven't even made it to the list of nominees over here. If there are some that you know about, then go ahead and drop in a comment and let me know what you think. Also, let me know more about what you thought about my picks and what you would have picked. And well, as always, please go ahead and share and like the video and spread the love if you like the video. And hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for more interesting content. Cheers, and I'll see you soon.